Have you ever felt a connection so powerful it shook your entire world? That inexplicable pull towards someone that feels both divine and terrifying at the same time. If you're watching this video, chances are you've experienced that intense spiritual connection that's both a blessing and a challenge. Today we're diving deep into why your twin flame relationship isn't just a connection. It's a spiritual mirror designed for your highest growth. Before we begin this transformative journey together, take a moment to subscribe to our channel. We're creating powerful content about spiritual growth, divine connections, and soul evolution. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell, because the insights you're about to discover might just change everything you thought you knew about your twin flame connection. You see, that overwhelming intensity you're feeling, those moments when your heart feels like it's being torn open, only to be filled with the most profound love you've ever experienced. They're not random. They're not punishment. They're sacred messages from the universe, carefully orchestrated for your spiritual awakening. By the end of this video, you'll understand why every trigger, every challenge, and every moment of confusion in your twin flame relationship is actually a perfectly designed mirror, reflecting exactly what your soul needs for its evolution. Stay with me, because I'm about to share insights that took me years of spiritual study and personal experience to discover. Think of your twin flame relationship as a sacred mirror placed in your path by the divine. But this isn't just any mirror. It's a multi-dimensional reflection of your deepest truths, your hidden wounds, and your highest potential. Unlike soulmates, who often come into our lives to offer comfort and companionship, twin flames arrive with a more profound purpose: to catalyze our spiritual awakening through intense reflection. The difference between soulmates and twin flames lies in the nature of the connection itself. While soulmates feel like coming home to a warm embrace, twin flames often feel like being struck by lightning, electrifying, transformative, and sometimes overwhelming. This is because your twin flame isn't just showing you love. They're showing you yourself in all your raw, unfiltered glory. When we encounter this divine mirror, it can be disorienting. Every insecurity, every unhealed wound, every shadow aspect we've tried to hide comes rushing to the surface. It's like looking into a mirror that doesn't just show your physical reflection, but penetrates straight to your soul, revealing everything you've tried to keep hidden, even from yourself. You might be wondering why this connection has to be so challenging. Why can't spiritual growth come through gentler means? The truth is, some levels of awakening can only occur through this kind of intense reflection. When you're triggered by your twin flame, you're not just experiencing relationship difficulties, you're being shown exactly where you need to heal, grow, and evolve. Each challenge in your twin flame relationship serves a higher purpose. Those moments of intense emotion, they're opportunities for deep healing. The periods of separation, they're designed to strengthen your connection to your own divine essence. The confusion and uncertainty, they're gateways to higher wisdom and understanding. Let's explore how to decode these spiritual messages and transform this mirror into a pathway for profound soul evolution. Let's dive deeper into the spiritual mirrors appearing in your twin flame journey. These reflections often show up in ways we least expect, creating patterns that keep repeating until we finally understand their message. Have you noticed how certain situations, emotions, or challenges keep appearing in your connection? This isn't coincidence, it's divine design. The most powerful reflections often come through what triggers us most intensely. That moment when your twin flame says or does something that sends you into an emotional spiral. That's your mirror speaking loudly. It's showing you exactly where healing needs to happen. Think about your most recent trigger. What emotion came up first? Abandonment, unworthiness, fear? These aren't just reactions, they're roadmaps to your soul's evolution. I'd love to hear your experiences with this spiritual mirroring. Take a moment to share in the comments below. What pattern have you noticed repeating in your twin flame connection? What do you think this pattern is trying to teach you? Your insight might help others recognize their own mirrors. One of the clearest signs of spiritual mirroring is the synchronicity in your healing journeys. When you work on healing a particular wound, your twin flame often faces similar challenges. You might find yourself dealing with trust issues while they're confronting their own fears of vulnerability. This mirror effect creates a powerful healing resonance between you both. Remember, recognition is the first step toward transformation. When you can look at your triggers with curiosity instead of judgment, you've already begun the healing process. These mirrors aren't meant to hurt you. They're designed to help you see yourself more clearly. Understanding the language of spiritual mirrors requires us to develop a new way of seeing. Like learning to read a sacred text, we must learn to interpret these reflections at different levels: emotional, mental, and spiritual. Each level offers its own unique insights and opportunities for growth. At the emotional level, the mirror speaks through feelings. Those intense emotions that surge up in your twin flame connection, they're not just reactions to the present moment. They're messages from your soul, highlighting areas that need attention and healing. When you feel jealousy, it might be showing you where you need to cultivate more self-love. When anger arises, it could be pointing to boundaries you need to set. The mental level of mirroring often appears through thought patterns and beliefs. Pay attention to the stories you tell yourself about your twin flame connection. Are you constantly worried they'll leave? Do you doubt your worthiness of this divine love? These thoughts are mirrors reflecting your core beliefs about yourself and love. The beautiful thing about recognizing these patterns is that once you see them, you can begin to change them. Our ego often resists these mirrors because they challenge our existing sense of self. It's much easier to blame our twin flame for our pain than to look deeply at what they're reflecting back to us. But resistance only prolongs the learning process. When we embrace these reflections with an open heart, even when they're uncomfortable, we allow true transformation to begin. The spiritual level of mirroring operates at the deepest layer of our being. This is where we encounter our soul's purpose, our divine mission, and our highest potential. Your twin flame mirror shows you not just who you are now, but who you can become. Those moments of profound connection when you glimpse your shared divine purpose. That's the spiritual mirror revealing your true essence. The journey of spiritual mirroring isn't just about recognizing reflections, it's about transforming them into catalysts for growth. When we truly understand that each challenge in our twin flame connection is an opportunity for evolution, we begin to approach our triggers differently. Instead of running from discomfort, we learn to alchemize it into wisdom. Consider the most painful aspect of your twin flame connection right now. Perhaps it's the intensity of separation, the fear of reunion, or the struggle to maintain boundaries. These challenges aren't obstacles on your path. They are the path. Each difficult emotion, each moment of tension, carries within it the seeds of profound transformation. The process of transmutation begins with acceptance. Not resignation, but a deep, conscious acceptance of where you are in your journey. When your twin flame triggers old wounds, instead of immediately reacting, pause. Breathe into the discomfort. Ask yourself, what part of me needs love right now? What ancient pain is asking to be healed? This simple shift in perspective can transform a trigger from a source of pain into a portal for healing. Energy follows attention. When you focus on the growth potential within each challenge, you begin to shift the dynamic of your connection. Instead of being caught in cycles of trigger and reaction, you create space for conscious evolution. Your twin flame connection becomes a sacred laboratory for spiritual alchemy, where every interaction holds the potential for transformation. Remember, transmutation isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more fully yourself. As you work with these spiritual mirrors, you're not erasing your wounds. You're integrating them into a more complete version of your being. This is the true magic of the twin flame journey. As we navigate the profound waters of twin flame mirroring, certain spiritual tools and practices can support our journey of transformation. These aren't just techniques, they're sacred instruments for deepening your connection with yourself and your divine counterpart. The first essential tool is meditation, but not just any meditation. Twin flame meditation involves consciously connecting with your shared energy field. Find a quiet space, center yourself and visualize the eternal flame that connects your souls. As you breathe deeply, imagine this flame purifying any dense energies between you. This practice not only strengthens your spiritual connection, but also helps maintain energetic balance during intense periods of mirroring. Self-reflection through journaling becomes particularly powerful in twin flame work. Keep a mirror journal where you document triggers, patterns, and insights. When something in your connection causes strong emotions, write it down. What exactly triggered you? What past experiences does it remind you of? What part of yourself might you be rejecting? This written exploration often reveals patterns you might not notice otherwise. Energy clearing practices are crucial for maintaining spiritual hygiene in such an intense connection. Learn to work with crystals, sound healing, or whatever resonates with your spirit. Black tourmaline can help ground excessive energy, while rose quartz supports heart healing. Remember to cleanse your energy field regularly, especially during periods of intense mirroring or separation. Perhaps the most powerful tool is the practice of radical self-love. This means loving yourself completely, especially the parts that your twin flame connection reveals as challenging. Create daily rituals of self-care that honor both your physical and spiritual needs. This might include affirmations, energy work, or simply taking time to nurture yourself in ways that feel authentic and nurturing. These tools become most effective when used consistently and with intention. They're not quick fixes, but rather faithful companions on your journey of spiritual growth and transformation. Let me share a story that beautifully illustrates the transformative power of twin flame mirroring. Sarah and Michael's journey began like many twin flame connections, with an instant recognition that defied logical explanation. When they first met at a spiritual retreat in Sedona, both felt that inexplicable pull, that sense of coming home to someone they'd never met before. Their initial connection was euphoric, filled with synchronicities and moments of profound spiritual understanding. But soon, as often happens with twin flames, the mirrors began to activate. Sarah's deep-seated abandonment wounds surfaced when Michael needed space to process the intensity of their connection. Meanwhile, Michael's fears of emotional intimacy emerged in response to Sarah's intense desire for closeness. Instead of letting these challenges tear them apart, they made a conscious decision to view their triggers as opportunities for growth. When Sarah felt the familiar panic of abandonment rising, she learned to turn inward rather than chase Michael's presence. She discovered that her fear wasn't really about Michael leaving. It was about parts of herself she had abandoned long ago. Michael, too, began to see how his need for emotional distance reflected his childhood experiences of feeling overwhelmed by others' emotions. Through their connection, he learned to create healthy boundaries while staying emotionally present. Each trigger became a doorway to deeper self-understanding and healing. Their journey wasn't linear. They experienced periods of separation, moments of intense triggering, and times when the mirror felt too overwhelming to face. But with each cycle, they emerged stronger, both individually and as a pair of souls committed to growth. As we conclude our exploration of twin flame mirroring, remember that this journey is ultimately about coming home to yourself. Every reflection, every trigger, every moment of intensity serves your highest evolution. The mirrors will continue to appear, but you now have the wisdom to recognize them as teachers rather than tormentors. Take a moment to reflect on your own journey. How have the challenges in your twin flame connection pushed you to grow? What parts of yourself have you discovered or rediscovered through this divine reflection? These insights are precious jewels earned through your willingness to look deeply into the mirror of your soul. The lessons from your twin flame connection extend far beyond the relationship itself. As you learn to embrace and integrate these reflections, you'll find yourself navigating all relationships with greater awareness and compassion. Your capacity to love, both yourself and others, expands exponentially. If this video has resonated with you, please take a moment to give it a like and share it with others who might benefit from these insights. Your journey might inspire someone else to embrace their own twin flame mirrors with greater courage and understanding. Subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into spiritual connections, soul evolution, and divine love. Remember, the most beautiful transformations often begin in moments of greatest challenge. Your twin flame journey isn't just about finding your divine counterpart. It's about becoming the fullest, most authentic version of yourself. Thank you for joining me on this exploration. Leave a comment below sharing your biggest takeaway from today's discussion. And don't forget to check out our other videos on twin flame connections and spiritual growth. Until next time, may your mirrors reveal the divine truth of who you truly are.